This is the creek of Shahtat. Location number 49 is about roughly 4.8 kilometers from Aswan. This is where the Prophet ﷺ had sent his scout during the Umrah, in which later they moved towards Hudaybiyah and they signed the treaty with the Meccans. Khalid ibn Walid was unaware of this, and he said that only when I saw the dust rising from the Muslim camp did he realize that the Muslims were not passing through this normal route that they would have taken. Instead, the Prophet ﷺ, knowing that Khalid ibn Walid camped here, he moved around and he went into Hudaybiyah. It's interesting to note here that Khalid ibn Walid at every point before Islam was outmaneuvered by the Prophet ﷺ, and he became Muslim only knowing that the military strategy that the Prophet ﷺ employed was second to none, and he knew that he had no military training. So this is the creek of Al-Shatat in which that maneuver took place. Burayda ibn al-Hussein al-Aslami, a companion who lived near the creek, visited the Prophet ﷺ whilst the Messenger was on his campaign on Fath of Mecca, the opening of Mecca. He came and he said, "O Messenger of God, this is the tribe of Aslam and this is their location," as in like showing where they were. "Those who immigrated to you did so from here." But he said that there were some who were left behind taking care of the livestock and livelihood. And the Messenger ﷺ extended his protection to not just the tribe, but to everybody around the area, including those people who were non-Muslim at that time. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh said, "O Messenger of God, Burayda ibn Hussein is an excellent man for his people and a great blessing for them." And he recounted that on his way to Medina, on one of the occasions, he accepted Islam and a few of his people. But the Prophet ﷺ said, "He is an excellent man, Burayda, for his people and for other than his people. O Abu Bakr, indeed the best of people is the one who defends them as long as he does not sin, for indeed sin has no good in it." Lava Ghanem Spur. This would be location number 50 on the route to the Hajj. The black rock of Ghanem lava stands in sharp contrast to the sand all around it. When the Messenger ﷺ made his hijrah journey, he passed by Al-Ghanem. Burayda ibn al-Husayb al-Aslami, who later became a very prominent Sahaba, was stood, and members of his tribe were hoping to capture the Prophet ﷺ. But after an initial encounter, Burayda and a number of his tribesmen become Muslims. Later, the Prophet ﷺ, on another journey past this, he led Burayda and his people in Salah here, at a place that is marked by a masjid about 6 miles from Al-Ghanem. It is also the location where 1400 of the Sahaba, on their way to perform Umrah, just before this, turned into the direction of Hudaybiyah that we mentioned previously. But Khalid ibn Walid was camped out here waiting for the Muslims. During the Hajj of the Prophet ﷺ, when the Muslims passed here, some of them complained that they were getting too tired. So the Prophet ﷺ advised them to shorten their gait when they were walking and pick up their pace. So that allowed them to carry on without having the need to stop. Another major incident that took place at the Ghanem lava spill was the revelation of Surah Fath, the beginning few verses. And this took place after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah was signed and the Prophet ﷺ was on his way back to Medina. So the verses that were revealed were Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا. And there might have been other verses that were revealed past this, but we'll just leave it here.